Cats are naturally adapted to high protein, high fat, low fiber, and low carbohydrate diets. As a result, cats are naturally adapted to maintain blood glucose in the face of low carbohydrate intake. However, these adaptations are often linked to insulin resistance when high carbohydrate diets are consumed. Insulin resistance is one of the main causes for the development of diabetes. It is estimated that 160,000 cats in Canada are diagnosed with diabetes. Since 2011, diabetes diagnosis in cats has increased by 16%. The initial diagnosis of diabetes can cost upwards of $5,000 with monthly fees of approximately $200 thereafter. 80 to 95% of diabetic cats are type 2. Type 2 diabetes is also known as non-insulin dependent diabetes. It is characterized by a decrease in insulin secretion with a reduced insulin sensitivity, which is known as insulin resistance. Diabetic cats are on average 6 times less sensitive to insulin than non-diabetic cats. This results in the inability to balance blood sugar or glucose levels. In a non-diabetic cat, after eating a meal, blood glucose levels increase, which triggers the beta cells in the pancreas to release insulin. Insulin is a hormone that allows your body to use glucose from carbohydrates as an energy source or to store as fat for future use. Insulin functions to balance blood glucose levels, preventing hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia. In type 2 diabetes, pancreatic beta cells fail to trigger insulin secretion due to beta cell exhaustion. There have been many factors that have been linked to the onset of diabetes. The leading risk factor of type 2 diabetes in cats is obesity. Several studies have shown that a high carbohydrate meal causes a greater portion of glucose to enter adipose cells where they can be stored as fat. Chronic high carbohydrate diets can increase lipoprotein lipase activity, which leads to increased lipid accumulation in tissues, resulting in obesity, insulin resistance, and potentially diabetes. A high carbohydrate diet also increases blood glucose levels to magnify the demand for beta cells to trigger insulin secretion. In a prolonged high carbohydrate diet, the increasing demand of insulin causes beta cell exhaustion and death, leading to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance requires increased insulin secretion to maintain normal blood glucose. It is this insulin resistance that characterizes diabetes. Overall, high carbohydrate diets promotes obesity and increases the demand on beta cells for insulin secretion, thereby predisposing individuals to the development of type 2 diabetes. On the contrary, a low-carbohydrate diet has been shown to promote fat loss while conserving body proteins. A low-carbohydrate meal does not increase blood glucose levels and insulin concentrations to the same extent as a high-carbohydrate meal. During a low-carbohydrate meal, glucose is released slowly and steadily to maintain constant levels in the blood. Due to this maintained balance, there is less stress on the beta cells to secrete insulin, preventing insulin resistance. A level of 10 to 20% dry matter carbohydrate have been shown to improve glycemic control and manage diabetes. Low-carb diets in conjunction with proper medication can manage diabetes, often leading to a state of remission for many cats. No studies have shown a direct link of feeding a high carbohydrate diet to the development of diabetes. However, feeding a diet with more carbohydrates may lead to the development of obesity, which could impair glucose tolerance, ultimately leading to the development of diabetes. Overall, a high carbohydrate diet predisposes cats to diabetes, but there are also many other factors at play. High carbohydrate diets have been gaining popularity and may be partially responsible for increasing diabetes in domestic cats, since it's a shift from a more natural high protein, low carb diet.